Hello, everybody. Welcome to Power Rangers Centurion, the only TTRPG that is at the whim of the Elves of Discord, the internet, and is also the only TTRPG that gatekeeps, gaslight, and girl bosses all at the same time. I'm John McDonald, your intrepid GM, here for the fun and the nonsense that's going to make Katie very annoyed at me. But we're all going to have a wonderful, wonderful time tonight. Um, you're noticing a new face, hopefully, and we are going to allow them to introduce themselves. I'll let you introduce yourself during the intro, but then later you'll meet the Rangers and shenanigans will commence. But before those shenanigans can commence, let's have the other Rangers introduce themselves and anything they have going on in the world. We're starting a little late, so feel free to keep it brief. We'll start with Eric from North Foundry, who has all the dice that you need, all the dice to make your evening and your day and your.
Hey, I'm Eric from North Foundry. I'm going to keep it brief because my dog has decided to get a squeaky toy and bring it in here and squeak it a lot. So she keeps bringing it back. No, it's I forgot what I was saying.
You are Eric from North Foundry.
I'm Eric from North Foundry. I have absolutely nothing going on because it feels like 112 degrees outside and it sucks walking around in a swamp. That's all I got today.
But you do play Alex.
Oh, it's true. Yes,
Black
I do
Ranger.
play I do play everybody's least favorite but most favorite Black Ranger on this game. So
I like you.
You're the default mode.
but that's why I'm everybody's
yeah.
favorite but least favorite because I'm the only one.
I also for now. I also enjoy my time here with Felix Boucheron, the sassy Ranger. Hello.
Hello, hi. Welcome back to Power Rangers Centurion. My name is John Blair. You can find me on the internet as Chunky Love. I am here every Wednesday doing something Power Rangers, whether it's this one, Power Rangers Centurion, or the podcast, Power Rangers Corrupted, that we are currently recording, but you are listening to Power Rangers Sentinels of Senior Year as it is being released. I believe you will also be able to hear me at some point in the Villains game on Mondays. Where I play a hippie, eco-terrorist centaur man. So, that I also have something in the works with Shadows of Nox that hopefully will happen at some point eventually in the future. So stay tuned if you are a fan of people who can manipulate the elements. Thank you for having
me.
The
Sailor Scouts.
Yeah, like the Sailor Scouts.
Like the Sailor Scouts. Speaking of people that are Sailor Scout like magical girls, if you will, Jules is here. Hello, welcome.
Sorry, I was muted in like 4 different places. I am Elizabeth, or Isbits. I am the Blue Ranger here every other Wednesday, and on the opposite Wednesdays, you can find me on our YouTube for Sentinels of Senior Year, where I am the Red Ranger, Jane Russell. I will also be a part of the Villains game when it is released. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but I don't even know. What? Oh, right. Oh, yeah. Every Sunday, I run Call of Cthulhu here. Totally
I'm sad that I missed the game this past Sunday, but I'm excited for next Sunday when you'll have reasons to throw me off of the boat, I'm sure.
We always have reasons to throw you off the boat.
I already have Babernath, my backup character, ready to go.
I love it.
Fabulous. Yes, and we also love you, Leia McKenzie. Please introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Dungeon Mistress Katie, also on all of the internet spaces. And I play Leia McKenzie here. I'm also here on Sundays as we were just talking about Elizabeth's game. And then on Tuesdays and Saturdays on D and Denial playing Shadowrun and D&D respectively. And if I am not getting distracted by noises outside of my apartment, if I'm not playing TTRPGs on the internet, I'm probably singing someplace. Right now I'm getting ready for a show when I'm going to sing a song from Natasha Pierre and the Great Comet of 1812. So
Ooh,
that'll be
fun. How exciting.
it's really fun. But yeah, that's me. And I'm Leah Mackenzie tonight.
Fabulous. Happy to have you here. Link, a question for you. Do you sing? Or Grim, the person playing Link, do you sing?
No, I do not. I learned how to play an instrument, but I cannot hold a tune. I'm worse than a leaky bucket.
Oh. Hopefully that song is hot cross buns as the American school system dictates that we all learn.
I don't think
I may have learned that one. I don't remember. Anyway, it's been I've been out of school for more than 20 years, so at this point I don't remember anything I learned.
You are going to be GMing that villains game that several people are in, correct? Is that you?
Correct. I am.
It's true.
I am running the villains game. I've titled it "Being Villainous 101" because the characters are fresh villains to the world. And yes, villain is actually a thing in this world. So it's part of the metaphysical nonsense. We have recorded session 0. I don't know if we're going to be broadcasting it because we're recording it and then broadcasting it afterwards. I don't know if we're going to be broadcasting it on Mondays, but we'll be figuring out a schedule at some point. And I'm excited because we're using the Fate system. Most of the players have not used it, so this is a new foray for them. It's my first time GMing it too, so there may be mistakes, but we're gonna have fun, hopefully.
True.
And you can catch me here on Wednesdays. I'm doing stuff all the time here now, apparently on Wednesdays, since I am also in the podcast. I'm playing the Red Ranger Link tonight, and in the podcast, once Power Rangers Corrupted premieres, you'll be able to catch me as the Green Ranger Oz. And then hopefully soon, we'll be able to work out some scheduling next month. We should be finally picking back up my Fallout game that I've been waiting for. And when I have an exact date, I will be letting people know. We'll be moving it from Tuesdays to Saturdays due to scheduling issues. But, we'll see what happens.
And we'll all be luckier for it.
Yes,
Aha!
I do in fact enjoy my my Vault Boy Lucky. He's a good time.
Fabulous. All right. And I would like to welcome our newest player to the game. Some of you who have been longtime fans, friends, frenemies of Power Rangers Centurion will recognize their beautiful face or handsome face, however you like to describe the gorgeousness of your face. Feel free to please introduce yourself, your name, your character, what you like, where people can find you, if you want to do that.
Sure. My name's Stephanie. I'm playing Ellie Barnes. Here today. You can find me on all the socials under Dandy Warhol or Dandy Warhol PGH. So feel free to follow. That's all I have.
Cool. We're excited to introduce your character, or as it is, reintroduce your character. But in order to get to that, the Rangers have to get to you. And we're going to find out in just a couple of seconds as we get ready to rocket. Roll credits. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I hope you love the introduction because Isabits is responsible for all of that. So Isabits does a really cool job and doesn't get nearly enough credit as tech. She battles the monsters known as OBS and Discord for us all the time. And my heart and soul go to her along with pecan pie brownies every time I can manage it. So we will begin with the people in the van, which is Felix and Link and Leia. Leia stopped the van at the pier, and there was a little bit of a tingling ranger sense as it were, as you stop by the gravestone for Emma, who may or may not be the ghost that lives at the Centurion Ridge Historical Society. But more importantly, you knew that was an entrance to the sewer. But before you could go into the sewer to figure out if they could tell you any information about Freddy, there was a stream of black goo that was crossing the water toward Tove's Loaves, the place in Centurion Ridge where pretty much everybody gets their bread from. And think that does include the brioche bread that they have that makes really good French toast. If Link likes French toast.
I mean, Link has been eating Tove's Loaves his entire life, so this is a
True.
travesty.
Sure, you're not being poisoned slowly or quickly in any capacity, but Felix, Leia, and Link, one of you has to make a decision and let the other Rangers know what's going on, so you can talk amongst yourselves. Or you could just go alone into the bread factory.
No.
Sure,
No,
nothing would befall you.
Okay. Do they have a way to get here or should we go get them? Or maybe one of us should go get them and the other ones keep an eye out? I don't.
I'm sure they can get here on their own accord.
Okay. Then Link is gonna pull out his phone out of his pocket and he's gonna call Jules.
Hello?
So we found some evil stuff going to the bread factory. Can you come to the pier and bring Alex with you?
Yeah. Sure. Do I even want to know what kind of evil stuff you're talking about?
Evil black goo.
Okay.
Go. Oh wait, I can't. You're not on speaker. Never mind.
We are on our way.
Excellent. All right, we'll be here waiting. I'm gonna figure out if I can download a spy app that'll let me zoom in farther than my phone normally allows. Somehow I doubt it, but I'm gonna try it anyway.
You
Good
could
luck with
always
that.
do a technology roll. I'm not going to stop you. Jules,
Yes.
give me a culture roll before you do the thing that you need to that you BRB'd.
18.
Cool. Hey, guess what's on your desk? The pages that only you can see.
Hey, hey, Alex. Alex, hey. Link, Leia, and Felix need you down at the pier. They apparently have some black goo that they are trying to deal with, and they could use your help. You're muted.
I am muted. So that's by the beach, right? The pier's near the beach.
Yes,
Yeah.
the beach that doesn't exist that I've been very clear about. I will say, Alex, you are still trying to figure out the melody from the dream that you've had, by the way.
Really, Jules? Really?
Yeah. Absolutely. These pages
sure.
only show up
It's-
every once in a while.
It's true, and as you go down to start copying, the pages disappear.
No!
And you hear your grandmother's voice in your head. So eager. Eager is good.
Well,
Wait
I
up,
guess
Alex.
if
I guess
they
I'm going with
need
you.
me, I will grab my motorcycle and head out.
I'll go with you. I was gonna do something, but it's not gonna work out, so I'll go with you to help out.
Oh,
Isn't that nice? By the way, Link, your 4 means that no, you do not get a CSI super camera on your phone or on your Ridge Morpher.
Can
I
I
appreciate you try.
can I do a technology roll to see if I can find one that I can send him like a link for that he can download?
Sure, why not? Very excited for this.
Yes. Send Link a
20.
link. It'll be great.
Yeah, I got a 20.
Cool. So here's a fun fact about this. Um, that 20 did happen, but it didn't go to Link.
Who did it go to?
Ellie, as you're working, uh, so you've been undercover at the bread factory for a couple days now. It's been very disconcerting that you are aware of, and the others will find out as they arrive. You get like your phone shocks you a little bit while you're in the break room, like on your official mandated 10-minute OSHA break, and it looks like your phone little beams of silver electricity go over your phone, and you realize that someone has downloaded a spy app for you. It's got like a little like dude with like a spy hat on. It looks a little bit like a Dick Tracy dude, and it's like, what? Did somebody just downloaded something on your phone?
Well, this is weird.
Add a point into your streetwise. And that's going to be in your social, actually, I believe.
Yeah. You said add it into my streetwise?
Yes. Climb that dice ladder one step further in your streetwise.
Man, I wouldn't have minded a D6 in Streetwise.
Uh, so I don't know if Jules communicates that with you or not, Link, but you can feel free to wait as long as you like for that.
Oh, she didn't mention it that she was going to be searching. She just tried it. So he's still like looking at his phone, trying to find a decent spy app when he's finding all these ones that's like spy app with like this huge price that he's like, I'm not paying that. This isn't worth it.
Actually, give me a culture roll. Like,
A culture roll. Okay.
yeah.
At least Link is cultured.
Unless he rolls poorly.
Not well cultured. He is
Said he's
cultured.
uncultured.
So, hey, Grim, did you see the Power Rangers movie by any chance? Just out of curiosity.
The only one I've seen was the original way back in the day.
Yes.
And I don't really remember it that well.
Cool. All right. So you're cruising through spy apps, and your phone gets shocked with purple a little bit, and an ad pops up on your phone for Ivan Ooze's Ooze, and he's dressed like a wizard, and it's like he's like trying to market to like 90s kids that love GAC. And it's like a 30-second non-skippable ad for you.
Gross.
And it's also the volume is on, uh, so everyone in the vicinity can hear your can hear the Ivan Ooze ad. Ooze ad?
How
Yes.
he overrode my settings? What the hell?
Kids, do you hate your parents? Buy this ooze.
What are you listening to?
He zapped my phone, and now I have an ad that I can't skip, featuring Snotman.
What is he
Technically,
saying?
he's a snot wizard. Technically, a snot wizard.
He's trying to sell kids his purple ooze. Gross.
Yeah, that sounds disgusting. Uh, should we head towards the bread factory before the others get here? Should we start doing that now, or should we wait for them?
I think it's better if we go as a team. Like, we're getting ready to storm an enemy. Okay. We're getting ready to storm an enemy stronghold. If we go in as like a smaller unit than the full team, we're bound to get captured. Then they're going to have to fight through armies of bad guys without us and potentially get hurt. So let's skip that particular story beat. If we go in as a team, we're more likely to succeed.
I will say, Link, you do know there are two ways to get to the bread factory that don't involve you seeing if your ridge racers will work, because if we've learned anything, it's from Back to the Future. It's that some hoverboards can't hover over water, and so it's hard to know. But you do know there is a bridge that you can walk over to get to the industrial district, or there is a ferry that will take you across the beach onto the other beach where Tove's Loave is.
Yes,
That ferry
the
will
Rock
take
Beach.
yes, the ferry will take slightly more time, much like the SSN. But you will get there, and it will be more espionage-y. So you can decide bridge or ferry.
Hey, the SSN at least is full of Pokemon battles.
It's true. There are no Pokemon in this universe yet. Not yet. Just giant birds that smell.
Well, we have two ways to get in. I mean, technically, we could probably add a third if we wanted to go underground, because they have to be connected to the city sewer system. But there's a bridge that we can walk across, but that'd be like storming the front. And then there's a ferry, which, while it'll take longer, we might be able to do like some ninja-esque infiltration.
If you don't buy the
Need-
ooze, your parents won't love you anymore. That ends.
Okay. My vote is we were saying that the boat is more espionage, or the bridge is more espionage.
No, the bridge is like storming the front.
Oh well, let's take a little boat ride.
They do have a snack bar on the ferry. It's very good. It's a good snack bar. They did
mean-
the Top Chef episode on there once.
I mean, I guess we can grab like an early lunch too. Make sure we're going in topped off with everything we need to fight for extended periods. Hoo-ha. Never fight on an empty stomach.
Nachos and roller dogs.
But that always seems to backfire on the hero when he's been like when he's tired and hungry, and then he ends up getting beaten, and then he has to come back after a training montage. I'd rather not have to do the training montage.
So
Can I do
bridge.
that to you?
I feel like I'm getting mixed signals here.
The ferry has food. The bridge is like walking across, and we're gonna have to probably storm the castle. And I don't think we have the right tools to be able to open the front door. Granted, they do give tours, but I don't know when the next tour is.
Is there any way we can find out when the next tour is?
I can't. I still have this stupid ooze ad playing. It was only 30 seconds, but it's playing again.
Yeah, there is a website if anybody would like. The tours happen every half an hour. They're led by, and this is on the internet, so I'm not making. They are led by a woman named Maureen, who has a lovely short pixie haircut.
Let's take the tour, I think. Will we get there in time?
It's every 30 minutes. But if they're watching out for us because this is an evil stronghold, we may not make it to the tour.
Well, we don't know if it's evil yet. We just know that the evilness is going there. But you're right, it's probably evil.
What's your opinion on this, Leia? We've been discussing this. And
Yeah. So she's actually sitting there like, wait, she's driving, isn't she?
no,
You are
we're
not
still sitting
driving.
at the pier.
Why
We're
did I
still at
think-
the pier.
I don't
Yes.
we stopped, but I was still anyway. So I'm glad that I was in my initial thing was correct. She's actually sitting there twirling the coin in her fingers, just kind of staring at it. I'm sorry. What?
We've been
we were
discussing. Sorry, go ahead.
we were talking about which way we'd like to get to the bread factory. We were gonna maybe infiltrate by like taking a tour of the place.
Yeah,
Either that or we wait for the others and we take the ferry and try and maybe sneak in through the back.
I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I think we should wait for the others regardless, but you know.
Yeah, I think we should definitely not split up for much longer. I'm sorry, I'm just really distracted by this coin. It's
I'm gonna roll a culture roll for you, Leia.
okay.
Don't worry about it.
That's never good.
Cool, that's a 7. Hello, Miss Mackenzie. It's nice to meet you. I do love the spunk of a Yellow Ranger.
Where am I at?
That's in your head. It's the voice of an older gentleman. Sounds slightly mechanical, honestly. Like, not a robot, but like if a robot and a human were hybrided together.
She's gonna try to shake the voice out of her head.
The voice does not say anything else, nor does it introduce itself. But yeah, you've got 2 voices in your head now, so that might be worrying. Who knows? Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. Did you hear that?
I mean, I can barely hear you over the sound of this ad. Oh God, it's finally over! Hooray!
No, I had this like old dude like talk to me for a second. I didn't know if that was like coming out of your phone somehow or like no.
Again, with everybody hearing
No?
voices.
Yeah, I don't love it. This is not great. I don't know. This feels weird, dude. I'm gonna pocket the coin for later. I think I need to show it to. Wait, I just don't. I just don't know what to do with this thing. Like, it seems important that I have it, right? But like, I don't know. I'm just not doing well, guys. With this.
I
Yeah, I know all the stuff with Freddy was kind of crazy, and I totally know where you're coming from about like feeling weird and stuff like that. Have you heard back from the rest of them? Are they on their way or?
Yes. By the way, as you say that, Alex, you and so Jules, did you like take the bus? Did you get in the sidecar of Alex's
Sidecar?
motorbike?
What's
I mean, I don't know, but if you brought the so like, are you just like on the back holding on for dear life, like you're like clutching to Alex for dear life?
I mean, I guess that depends. Are you going to make me do a roll to see if I'm hanging on? Because if you're going to make me do a roll, then no, I took the bus and let him take the motorcycle.
I wasn't going to, but I mean, if you want to do a roll, I'm not going to stop you.
I don't want to. I'm literally good at
going to hand
thing.
wave it. I was going to hand wave it, but if you insist on doing the roll, it could be hilarious. But no, there's enough going on. Anyway, as you arrive, the word Freddy from your lips seems to summon Alex and Jules to the scene as if by magic or plot convenience.
Great,
But you're
you
far
guys
enough.
are here.
You're far enough down the pier that they don't hear you say the word Freddy. But seeing them may be a reminder that you have the van, but there's also no Freddy. You could lie. There's no rule in Rangerdom against lying.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what Felix feels in the moment.
You're all together, all 5 of you.
Great.
Like best friends.
Hi.
Good. you guys are here. Great. So there's evil black goo traveling towards this bread factory over here, and we're thinking,
back up. Wait. Evil black goo that's
Yeah.
traveling.
like this.
How's it
the
getting
stuff
there?
that we've
Watch,
Well, if
look,
it's going-
like Link points at it.
Oh,
Yeah, you can literally see a small stream of black goo that is moving from the sewer out across the I don't know if it's a sea or a lake or whatever, but it's moving towards
bay.
Tove's Loaves. Yeah, the bay, whatever it is.
that's gross.
It's moving from the beach into the water, and then it's like swimming like a little like jellyfish shark thing, just moving that way.
It is gross, and I feel like it might be some kind of Ivan ooze thing that's trying to maybe, I don't know, get into the bread and control people, and then everyone
That would be
goes
terrible.
crazy or
Who would
something.
ever do that?
So I think we should do some investigating. Me and Link here were talking about which way we'd want to go. Do we want to take the ferry? Do we want to go up, take the bridge, go up to the front door, maybe catch a tour that will get us in the building? That way we're in the building. Maybe we can like sneak away from the tour as it's happening and do our own little investigation. Do you guys have any thoughts about that?
Speaking of that, is the app working okay for you? Were you able to use it to
What
see
Jesus Christ.
the app that I sent you?
I didn't get an app.
Give me your phone.
Okay. Link hands her his phone. It's unlocked.
I'm gonna install that app that I found. Okay, let me rephrase that. I'm gonna try to install that app that I found on his phone.
Give me that culture roll. We'll see.
Okay.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I got a 9. I am so
Cool.
cultured.
You reactivate the Ivan Ooze wizard circus 30 seconds.
Oh god, not the
left.
thing again.
What did you do to your phone? Why
My
is
God.
this
I
here?
didn't do that. Why would I listen to this
You're
jerk?
gonna start walking towards the bridge.
Okay, okay. Hold on. Come back.
What? This is taking too long. By the time we get there, the ooze is gonna be in the bread. We're not gonna be able to stop it. We're not gonna be able to find Freddy. He's gonna stop.
What do you mean? What's wrong? What app?
So Freddy's evil and also kind of missing and gone, and
Freddy decided the black ooze would make him powerful enough to be a ranger, and the black ooze is like anti-Ivan but still evil.
We took him to that card game thing, and there was this dude with an eye patch who was for sure evil, and I guess he's been tempting Freddy for a while, and he's part of the goo, or the goo is manipulating him, or he's some kind of monster, and he like corrupted Freddy with the goo, and Freddy tried to fight us, and he ended up teleporting away, and we can't find him, and we were going to look in the sewer, but then we saw the goo going towards the bread factory, and so that's what you missed on this.
If you don't buy the ooze, your parents will hate you.
So we were talking about infiltrating the factory. So the idea was we can go walk across the bridge, take the tour, but that's kind of like storming the front, because if we end up having to like fight our way in, we're gonna have to fight through all the guards and all the other stuff, most likely, if they've been turned evil by this black stuff. Or we can take the ferry and potentially sneak in through the back. But the ferry only goes like every hour. And now they do have a great snack bar. You know, it's mostly like...
I mean, honestly, I don't think it really matters which way we go, because to be fair, our plans never go the way that we want them to. So whichever one we choose, it's gonna go sideways.
You know, I feel like you're a little pessimistic today for some reason, and I don't know why or what might have happened earlier in your day, but I just feel like you need to have more positivity.
Do you have an
What?
idea?
No.
Okay then.
So how about we take a
Then
vote, and then
let's. Okay, sure. Vote.
there are 5 of us. We can. That means that the votes won't be tied as long as everybody votes.
All in
Or it'll be
favor of
hilarious
stopping this
and you'll tie
conversation and just
anyways.
walking across the bridge, say aye. Aye.
I
Wait. So walk across the bridge or take the boat? Bridge.
Yeah.
Bridge.
Okay. I guess I've been outvoted. I was hoping for the snack bar because I'm kind of hungry, but we'll take the
a
bridge.
bread, dude. Like,
Say what?
we're going to a bread factory.
Yeah, but I don't know what which of that bread has been evilified.
I feel like you would know because it's going to be black. Black goo equals black bread,
Whoa.
right? Hey, it just, I feel like black the batter, you're going to notice it. It's like
It could be
You do
like
know that Tove's
molasses.
Loaves sells like charcoal activated bread, right?
is charcoal activated food a thing back in where we're doing this?
Yes, we're doing it in the present day, so yeah.
Why do we keep thinking why do we keep thinking we're in like the 90s? I don't
I don't
fucking
know.
I don't know.
Chovolove is also
don't
famous
know.
for both gingerbread and pumpernickel, both of which are darker colored loaves, and so it may be hard to tell how much evil bread you've actually consumed in your life.
I mean, that's a good.
Interestingly enough.
Stick to the very like the sourdough. Stick to the sourdough, and you should be fine.
I don't like sourdough.
It's good for people that need a gluten-free bread option, though. So
Jules is gonna reach in her bag and grab a granola bar and hand it to Link. Can we go now?
He's gonna take the granola bar and like start eating and nod.
as you walk across the bridge, an evil shadow from the evil bread factory casts itself onto you. No, it's if anything, it's Wednesday, and so there's not like a tour bus full of students. As you approach, like you expect more people on the road. It's a Wednesday at a bread factory. As go man-made island type thing. And so as you get across, the parking lot is pretty spacious. There's plenty of room for you to park the van if you brought it across the bridge, or if you walked across the bridge, you'll have to walk back to your van. Either way. There are 2 doors, and yes, there is a safety rail staircase if you want to try to bust through the roof hatch. I will not stop you. So technically there is a 3rd way in along with the 4th way, which is the underground sewer system. But there's 2 doors, one for the tour, one for employees. You've got 2 doors, you've got a roof hatch. I'll even give you a sewer entrance if you want to come in from underground, but I wouldn't recommend that. I activated my Siri. That was weird. Don't like that.
I guess we're gonna do the tour because it guarantees us getting inside the building. The roof hatch might set off an alarm now that I think about it.
No.
Yeah, no, the tour sounds fine.
Yeah, I can hardly wait.
I mean,
No,
I've been to the Tove's Loaves tour. Normally, if it wasn't for the evil black goo, they give you samples at the end with like different kinds of butter. It's actually really good.
It's true. They originated the term butterboard. They just didn't copyright it, unfortunately, or trademark it, or whatever it was. Sad. The highlight of the tour, the first time you took it, was this honey cornbread muffin they were trying to perfect. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for some reason. Ellie! So, you have been working on a line for the past couple of days. For some reason, the hiring process was real quick, disconcertingly quick, but you know those reasons. or you have some ideas about what those reasons are. You are kind of up on the third floor where the break room is, and you hear voices outside. When you look out the window, you actually notice Alex, because Alex was specifically next to you in the back room in the Infinite Value Warehouse, which is Link's favorite place in Centurion Ridge. Um, so how's your break going? How you feeling?
Well, my phone did a weird thing. So that's a little concerning. But since I see Alex, I'm gonna sneak outside and say, I should have known you guys were gonna be here.
I will say that will take you time to do, and so you will just about get downstairs in time for the group to get into the room with the tour. Currently, as you go into the room with the tour, they are talking to Maureen, who seems to be the only actual functioning employee of Tove's Loaves, because she is the only person, Ellie, that has actually spoken to you since you got here. Um, she is a little bit no nonsense, but kind of fun. She's not terribly funny, but she thinks she is. And she is currently signing up the Rangers for the tour.
Hey, Maureen. Um, I'm supposed to shadow you because I'm gonna be doing tours soon. So let's start now.
Oh, hello, Susan. It's so good to see you. Yes, of course. We can make sure. It was Susan, wasn't it? I'm sorry, dear. You look like a Susan. I hope that's a compliment.
I'll take it as one, but no, my name is Ellie.
Oh,
Maureen.
okay. Yes, that's fun. I hope that we don't have Susan on your paychecks.
I hope not either.
Cool. So yes, I'm not gonna make anyone actually. Maybe yeah. So I'm gonna have all the Rangers roll culture for me, which will be history, to see if you recognize the person here before you.
I failed.
I was gonna let you do it with an edge, Alex.
I got a 13.
Well, that means I'll be just rolling it normally.
Well, that's fine. Normal rolls are good.
I got a 19.
I got an
got
8.
a 12. I got a rock.
Aw, a 12 is very good though. Did everyone? Oh, I have to roll for Leah. That's why.
Unfortunately, yeah.
No, it's fine. I just have to be remembered because I'm old and my brain is like Swiss cheese. There it is. Okay. So, Jules, you are distracted. Um, Link, your phone starts playing that damn ad again.
All right, I'm gonna see if I can turn off my phone.
It's an unskippable ad. It's like full screen, so like you're trying to like tap, and it's like no tap. Marine looks at you and goes, "No cell phones on the tour, dear."
Sorry, I'm trying to turn it off. My apologies. Um, Link's, I do recognize her though with a 19, right?
Yeah, but as you're recognizing her, that's when the ad happens.
Right. So Link can't be like, "Hey, you're that girl from that evil place." Wait, you're
No,
another
no one
evil
can
place.
no one can hear you over the sound of Ivanu's shrieking from your phone. Uh,
I'm gonna
Alex,
just like grab
yeah.
his phone and like take.
Yeah,
like,
do you have insurance on that thing?
yeah.
I hope so.
You'll
By
have,
the
like,
way, at
one
this
that
point, Link
calls
is
your
just
mom.
covering up. Link is just covering up the speakers at this point to try and
Turn the
you know,
volume
muffle
down.
the sound. I tried that the first time the ad played. This is like the 5th time.
It's true. It's very annoying. Alex, with your 12, uh, because you had the benefit of being closer to Ellie, you know who Ellie is. She worked at Infinite Value and was there in the back room when you faced the Tangas, and now she is here. Apparently, she also works at Tove's Loaves, which is very exciting. Although they apparently think her name is Susan, which is something.
Hey, you're that girl that worked at that grocery store place that
Yeah, I
people were
quit that
fighting
job.
over the Pennsylvania sausage or Scrapple.
Grapple. Yeah.
Mm,
Scrapple. Yes.
yeah. Yeah, I quit that job because it got a little too crazy. And then
And then we show up your
And
job.
now you work at a bread place.
hey, I love the scent of bread and I get free samples to take home every day. It's not a bad job.
It's true. This week is Pumpernickel. If anyone is interested in working, we have a junior executive internship track, as well as a we have like a janitorial internship as well. If anyone's interested in the more day to day hands on operation as well.
Link?
Link is like still struggling to turn off his phone. He's not even paying attention. What? Huh?
Nothing.
Felix.
Fix your phone.
Yes.
You kind of recognize Ellie, but it's more.
I don't believe. I mean, I don't. I was not part of the game that Ellie was introduced in, so I don't know if I met them or not.
Okay, yeah. Let's say if you didn't meet them, you heard about them, so the general description is enough for you. So basically, the gist is, how do you take it when you meet you've met before? Are you now suspicious? Are you like, yeah, like what is the vibe other than Link's phone is giving us all problems today?
I don't know. I think he since Alex knows who she is, I think Felix is gonna just kind of like um is going to trust that she's not an awful person. And is just gonna kind of let her actions in the future maybe speak for themselves.
Uh, we'll wait for a second about this. Jules, we're going to come back to you in a second. Marine is not perturbed at all by having you shadowing her on the tour. Ellie, I want to do this. Yeah, the tour starts off as normal. Jules, you hear in your head new girl. Is she friend or is she foe? What if she knows about the pages? In your grandmother's voice.
So I haven't really tested this out yet, so I don't know if it's gonna work, but I don't want people to think I'm crazy. So in my head, I'm going to respond instead of saying it out loud just to see if I get a response back. And I'm going to think to myself, I don't really know whether or not they're a friend or a foe. Don't know yet, but I doubt they know about the pages.
Beware of wolves in cheap clothing, dear. You never know what they will hold.
Before I start paying attention to the tour again, because Jules is weird and is actually really interested in the tour.
It's a pretty cool tour.
I'll think to myself, wolf in sheep's clothing like you then. And then I'm gonna go back to paying attention to the.
Cool. So, everyone in the group, except for Ellie. Actually, no. A, B, or C?
Or C. Before I answer, are we the only people on the tour? Is there anybody else, or is it just the 6 of us?
Weird, you should ask that. Yes, you are the only 6 people on the tour. How odd of
Damn
you
it.
to ask.
Damn it.
But only 5 of us are paying.
It was a free tour.
Well,
If the payment comes at the gift shop.
then I've
at the
definitely
gift
got my
shop.
money's worth.
It's true. Anyway, A, B, or C?
There were 3 options.
There are 3 options, which is one more than 2 options, which is what I usually provide. Let's begin with Ellie. Let's go around as I see it. Ellie, A, B, or C?
B.
B. Okay. Alex.
Do I know which is which, or am I just randomly picking a letter?
You're just randomly picking a letter. I know which is which.
I will go A for Alex.
That's as good a system as Teddy. Felix, A, B, or C?
If you don't say B for boisterous, I'm done.
Fine. I'll go with B. I was leaning towards B anyway.
All right.
Should be B for Boucheron.
That is,
Oh, I love that. Link, A, B, or C?
C.
Ooh, spicy. I mean, what? Leia, A, B, or C?
you know,
A.
cantankerous starts with a C.
What was that?
Cantankerous starts with a C.
I was gonna say angry, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with A.
Jules, A, B, or C?
I'll do C for cranky.
I don't know why you're all so cranky. It's not like I'm putting you all under undue stress or anything of that nature.
Because they're hungry in a bread shop.
You're getting there. By the way, you can
Bread
smell
shop.
bread, but fun fact, this part of the procedure of making the bread, it more smells like malt because they make pretzels here. And so right now it's an overwhelming like smell more of like chemical and grain than it is like something you want to eat. So it's not as fun a smell as you'd like, but Alex and Leia, for you who chose A, what you notice is where you pass an employee entrance that has these powder blue jumpsuits, one of which Ellie is wearing, by the way.
I mean, I'm gonna take one and put one on.
I do. I'm gonna roll you sleight of hand to see if you can actually.
It's gonna be really bad.
You have a point in it. Anything is possible. Yeah, that's a 3. Would you like me? Would you like to use a story point every roll?
Yeah, I would. I feel like it's important.
I mean, it might be important. I'm just assuming you have many story points, so I'm just gonna roll it again.
I really have so damn many. So I haven't used them.
Yes, please use your story points. Also, if you follow Shadow of Nox, you at home get a story point, right? Is that what we agreed to? How did the story points work? I can't remember.
If you follow the Twitch page, you get to give somebody a story point.
Oh yeah,
But they can have one too.
But yes,
you can have one
yes.
as a treat.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can have one too. That's fine.
Have one as a treat. Leia, that second roll was better. You got a 13. So you're able to get a jumpsuit, but you don't get the hard hat. Because Susan, not Susan, Maureen turns around. I got my names mixed up. Maureen turns around from what they were doing and kind of notices. So you get the jumpsuit behind your back. And you're just in a weird position now. Alex, are you also going to attempt to just take a jumpsuit, or are you gonna? But what would you like to do, having seen the jumpsuit?
I am not even going to acknowledge the presence of a powder blue jumpsuit because that is completely
I feel like
not
it's your
not my thing.
Not your thing.
Not my
It's the powder. It's the powder of the powder blue. It's just too light blue. It's too springtime kind of thing, right?
It's too janitorial.
Too janitorial. Who would do that? Would I do that to you? Let's move on. Um, so Susan was explaining the vatting process, and so you were looking at these giant vats, and so for the people that chose B, which would be Felix and Ellie, what you saw was you saw a little bit of black goo coming up from the floor and making its way into the vats of malt.
That's
I
not
see the
good.
goo. Yeah, I see the goo coming to the malt. Is that what you're saying?
Just a little bit as a treat. Also, again, you don't know how long it takes for that malt to become part of the bread, so there's that. You also don't know how much goo has gotten into the building previously, so there's also that. But yeah, definitely black goo got into some of the malt.
I'm gonna relay that information to Link. I'm gonna kind of lean over, and I'm gonna be like, "I see where the black goo is coming in," and I'm gonna attempt to. Can I roll deception to try and sneak away from the group?
It'll
To
be the difficulty is
investigate.
much higher without a jumpsuit, but yes, please give me that deception roll. You'll just have a higher difficulty.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. I didn't notice the jumpsuits though, did I?
You did not. You were concentrating on the vats.
Does Leia have a jumpsuit on her? Does she have
Behind,
it on?
no, behind her back because she was interrupted mid jumpsuiting. Mid jumpsuiting? Yes. Marine is now looking at all of you, so unless you actually just want to put on a jumpsuit in front of Marine, would definitely become concerned at that action. I mean, you can. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life, Felix. But yeah,
I got a
that,
12. I bet that's not nearly.
that is not high enough without a jumpsuit. This is the Fallout moment. You have to have the correct material to get into the room. You need your power armor. But Black Goo, and you've told Link, Link, unfortunately, you and Jules are slightly distracted because an employee walks by that Marine acknowledges, but they do not speak. And when you look at them, Link and Jules, so Link and Jules, have you or your characters, did you see the New Mutants movie? Anya Taylor-Joy was in it. It was about X-Men, but they were younger.
I mean, Link probably would have, but I have not.
Okay.
Neither me or neither of us would have seen it.
So so I guess I'll explain this then. Slenderman. Slenderman is icon, right? People know what Slenderman is.
Yes.
So imagine that, but imagine that as a 5'6" factory worker that kind of looks at you, and they have a blank, uncanny valley face, and the mouth is just a little wide, and it's inserting.
I feel like it's the silent men from that Buffy episode. That's what I'm visualizing in my head.
Actually, weirdly more terrifying than that because the uncanny valley means their faces don't move. Yeah, so Link and Jules, you both notice this factory worker as they're kind of crossing the floor, and if they're human, you will eat your hat, even if you're not wearing a hat.
Gonna elbow Link and nod. as subtly as I possibly can, which is probably very awkwardly and not subtle at all. But yeah, I'm gonna elbow Link and then kind of like nod towards that.
I put a picture in chat. It's not a one-for-one representation because they're much taller New Mutants, but like that, but without the teeth, you know, and with eyes.
Mm.
Everyone should see New Mutants, by the way. I think it's a fantastic movie. Um, so I, so yeah, so what's everybody thinking now that some choices have been made? And how's everyone doing?
Ready to go home now. We're good now, right? We can just go.
Just leave.
Yeah.
You haven't even gotten to the free bread yet. It's probably not contaminated and evil.
Link is gonna lean over to Jules and be like, "Bad guys."
Jules is just gonna not. Yeah.
Please take an extra story point for bad guys.
I'm gonna, I guess, try to get somebody's attention. I don't know who's closer, but whoever is closer, I'm gonna try to like get their attention as subtly as I can, to try to point out this bad guy.
I will say for funsies that it is Leia because Leia has been trying to like move or maneuver with the jumpsuit, and so now Leia is just like right next to you.
Yeah, I will like elbow Leia and just be like, and kind of point and be like, that guy is not normal.
Yeah, no, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Not loving any of this, actually.
Oh, don't worry, dear. We're going to the factory line next. Now you'll get to see where the bread comes out, and we'll have that lovely baking smell. And we'll get to go to the gift shop where you can also try up to 3 types of bread and our infamous 12-layer butter board. It's like a 7-layer bean dip, but it's 12 layers of different butters.
Sounds great.
It's
Question,
delicious.
Miss.
Did you
Torres
add layers?
person?
Yes, it was 8, and then we discovered new butter.
I
It came
have a
to our
question about
CEO
the
in a
bread.
dream. Oh, yes, of course. Of course, the suave-looking gentleman over there.
Thanks. Hey, so he's gonna point to the malt, and he's like, "How soon does the stuff in there get turned into bread that people like eat and stuff?"
Oh, what a fun question. Well, these particular vats are I note, I don't know how this actually works. I'm kind of making this up based on how I make pretzels. Uh, this is a 24. So this vat holds for 24 hours to enhance the richness and flavor. Anyone that's had Tove's Loaves will tell you how rich and intense the flavor is. So in 24 hours, this malt will be mixed with our proprietary blend of flours, baking soda, and egg in some cases. And then it will be lovingly packaged and shipped to our local grocery stores or frozen for overnight shipping to places elsewhere in the country.
Great, very helpful. Thank you.
Yes! Oh, you're so. Would you like to be an intern here, young man? You're so intelligent.
Do I get one of those fancy blue jumpsuits that look so good?
Only after the drug test.
Right. That might be a problem.
I'm gonna pretend I didn't hear that. But come along, come along. No, Link, go for it.
Link is actually going to look at Felix confused, like, "What?"
Fabulous.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it at all.
Great. He's gonna file that information away for later.
Yeah, terrifying, isn't it? Just to think. Bread. Oh, your bread. So, Ellie, a choice for you. You came to this factory for a reason. You have an option right now to break off from the tour and go after something you've been looking for, or stay with the group and probably keep them from shenanigans. What would you like to do?
Wait, me?
Yes, you. A choice.
Oh, I thought you said
A
Emily,
fork
and I was like,
in- Oh no, Ellie. A fork in the road. You go after something you're looking for, or because you know who these people are, you stay with them.
I think right now I'm gonna stick with them, just because every time I see them, weird things happen. And last time I got separated, it was not great.
Not
So
every time. Not every
Okay.
time.
The one time, which is the only thing I have to go off of, it was not good when I got separated. So I'm gonna stick with them for right now.
It was just a giant bird that tried to shoot a barrel at you. It's like Donkey Kong. It's fine. It's fine. It's what it is.
Okay.
Fine. So in the next part of the factory, as you go deeper into the factory where no one can hear you scream and no one can get there to help you if anything goes wrong. It is very mechanical. You are in a factory. This is actually kind of the part of the tour where everything gets very like Willy Wonka inventory roomish. It's almost like you're hearing like Oompa Loompa music over the loudspeaker. You're not, but it kind of feels like that. Link, this is a really cool part of the tour because you actually get to see like the Tove Loaves stamp as they invert the bread for like to bake it and send it to the cooling room. This is a really cool room. It's rather spacious, and this room is also where there's about. Actually, let's let the fates decide. Where there are 18 workers on the line. And they are all kind of bent over. Ellie, this is where you have spent a good portion of your time on the bread line, but none of these people even look up from their job doing quality testing or moving things along. They're just kind of hanging out. They don't even seem to acknowledge the tour group.
Do I recognize them? Like, I feel like I would have noticed this before.
Yeah, you have. You spent 2 days in this hellhole.
Yeah.
No one talked to you except for Marine for those 2 days.
Yeah.
Like, they are humans. You think they're humans. You're not sure they're humans, but like, yeah, they don't talk. No one talked to you. Literally, they
Oh yeah.
give you an intern badge and assume someone would train you, and then like the person just motioned for you to follow to the line. I will let you know that on the line there is a basket of bread rejects for when people want a little break. They can have reject bread. So there is like a little basket of reject bread on the other side of the line from where the tour is.
I think I'm gonna grab one of those loaves just in case.
Yeah, you go over there. The rest of you, anyone that's kind of watching Ellie as she's going over to grab some reject bread, they actually slice the bread for reject. So like you're not picking up a whole loaf. You can pick up like bread. They don't acknowledge Ellie at all. Like it's except for the sound of the machinery, there's actually no talking and not little movement, but there's like no talking in here. It's very like it's like an Amazon storehouse almost, where it's like they've stripped the humanity out of these people. And yes, Bezos, come for me with all your money. It won't save you.
I'm just gonna be like, hey guys,
being very
just gonna take some of this bread again. Great conversation.
Oh,
Love it.
Marine points out, oh yes, that's the honey butter batch. I had some of that this morning myself. It was so delicious.
How? I have a question.
Are you asking Marine or are you asking me?
Yeah, he's asking Marine.
Oh yes, dear. Yes, the handsome gentleman that looks dapper in the red. Oh, you're in all red. Oh, that's fun. Is that a style with kids these days? I have a 12-year-old niece, and she says it's still My Little Pony, but I don't know if I believe that. It seems like 12 years old, you should probably age out of that, but, what do I know? I'm...
What's if someone were to join this magnificent company, what's the retirement plan look like? Like, or because these employees seem like they're very dedicated to the job since they don't even seem to be communicating with each other.
Oh, well, yes. I've noticed that as well. It's just, I guess, when you've been here for like a decade, that you don't need to talk anymore. They
Are they,
don't.
so these are
Yeah.
veteran employees. They're not new.
Oh yes, Phil. Phil, would you like to give us a wave? And Phil's face looks up, and it's like looking at like a smooth doll that like is pretending to be human. Gives this wave with their hand where their fingers kind of go a little weird and plasticky for a moment, and then they look back down, and Maureen goes, "That was Phil. Phil was hired on the same day as me."
I see.
Yes, his
Did he look
his little
different? Does he look
eccentric.
different from any of the other ones?
Are you asking Marine or me?
No, I'm asking the GM. Like now that
Okay.
one of them is actually essentially looked up and acknowledged, Link has a face to be able to compare the other ones to.
Oh no, similar faces. It's a nightmare.
How did you know that was Phil? Doesn't he look like that guy over there?
Oh no, Phil's blonde. I mean, he was blonde. He's bald now, but he was blonde when he started here. That's how I know. It's Phil. Yeah, it's Phil. I know Phil. We had we were in bridge club for like 2 years.
But like Link is gonna point at Phil, and he's gonna point at like some other random person. They look similar as far as we can tell, right?
Yes, they are eerily similar. They are essentially they look like they could be one person in.
Then who's that? And he's gonna point at the other one.
Oh dear, they're not wearing their badge. I'm sorry, I can't tell. They're naughty employees not wearing their badges. But that's not Phil. I want to say that's Donahue. Actually, I'm gonna say it's Donahue. Hello, Donahue. And Donahue looks up and waves, and they have like a shop broom, and their hand is like worse than Phil's hand was. And then they go back to work.
Leah's
Okay.
gonna like slowly put the jumpsuit down and like walk away from it.
Walk away from the jumpsuit. Does it help to know the jumpsuit's not the problem?
I just really, really don't want any like. No, it's just.
Do I
So-
notice Leia putting down the jumpsuit?
Yes, you do feel it.
Great.
I feel like she
Can I pick
drops it
them
and
up?
just like kicks it behind a machine.
Pretty much.
Can I pick it up?
Yeah. Ellie, look at that bread you're holding.
What
I
about the
would-
bread?
I would love for you to give me a science roll.
Oh boy.
I would like to request a roll. I would like to make once the science roll is dealt with.
I think that's an appropriate request.
Is it a hoagie?
No.
Okay, so that's a 4. You got a 4.
Oh gosh.
So, before I tell you what that 4 got you, Link, what did you want to do? Just
I want to try and see if I can figure out if this woman is like deluding herself or if she just can't tell the difference anymore. Because
Oh.
Link is very obviously trying to point out to her that those people look exactly the same, and she's like, I think that's Donahue. Like she
Yeah.
might be seeing them as they used to look, or maybe she's like she doesn't realize they've been swapped if they're not the actual people anymore.
Well, give me that persuasion roll.
Excellent.
Or-
Can I use my specialization of diplomacy since I'm actively talking to her?
Oh yes, yes. I was gonna also let you give me a science roll instead, but this will work too.
Oh, my diplomacy is way better. My persuasion is way better than my science.
Cool.
I got a 13.
Okay.
Surprise, surprise. The Red Ranger's more social than he is smart.
I don't think that's a big surprise. So you're trying to suss out exactly what's going on, Marine. Ellie, we'll get back to you in a second. By the way, who is standing next to Ellie? I'm just curious.
I was
like
because I was
someone-
talking to her.
Cool. So Alex, you will notice this. So Link, as Marine is trying to describe something, it's almost like when you meet like not a wounded animal, I don't know how else to put this, but like someone that's been like alone for long enough that they're going to like a Mrs. Havisham headspace where everything is okay. Like, and they're just literally like they're just trying to hold it together.
So she's so far in denial that she's imagining things.
Essentially. And and then a couple things happen at the same time.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say if Felix is gonna try and put on that blue jumpsuit, I was gonna be like, is me talking to her like this distracting enough for him to get an edge?
Oh, okay. Well, that's gonna kind of be up to Felix, but yes, Felix, are you've gone after the blue jumpsuit? Yes, is that what happened?
Yeah, I'm trying to pick up the blue jumpsuit. I
Yeah,
wanted
yeah.
to do that.
It's a jumpsuit. You can do it. Are you going to put it on?
I was actually going to ask if there was like a restroom break coming up on the tour. Probably not though, if it's like Bezos country and they don't let people do that.
No, it's not as bad as Bezos country. It might be an evil factory, but people still deserve humanity. I'm sure I'm
Right.
going to be canceled for that by Jeff Bezos, but that's fine. Yeah, so
He's not watching this.
possible. With AI, anything is possible these days. So Marine goes, "Oh yes, sure, we'll have there's a bathroom just over that way." The question is, Felix,
Yeah.
do you want to risk it
Do I want to risk going to the bathroom?
with the jumpsuit? If you can get going to the bathroom is a free action, it's do you want to take the jumpsuit with you?
I do want to take the jumpsuit with me, but can I like hide it
Cool.
on my body somehow?
Oh no, yeah, you can take the jumpsuit with you. You just don't get to roll initiative right away. All right. So Ellie, so Felix,
cool,
you break
awesome.
off to the group. You break off from the group. Ellie, have you ever envisioned a nightmare where something jumps out of your bread? Curiosity.
I mean, I can't say I've ever had that specifically, but it sounds horrifying.
Which is what happens because the thing in your hand, two little slimy black oozy tentacles just pop out of the bread as if to wave and say hello right next to your face.
All right, I'm gonna throw that bread just
Yes.
nope, not a good one. We're gonna put that right back with the other reject pile.
Cthulhu was on
It's
Sunday.
true.
Cthulhu was on Sunday.
Cthulhu was on Sunday. Yeah, see, that's the problem with Ivan News branded things. He wants to be Cthulhu real bad. So here's the good news, Ellie. The bread doesn't get up on two little legs and start walking around. So that's the good news. Is it stays stationary on the floor where you take it to. Good news. Bad news. The workers notice that you didn't eat the bread, and they all look up in unison. All 18 of them.
Okay.
And we're going to take a 10-minute break, and when we get back, it's time to find out what the workers really are. And we'll see everybody in 10.
Underpaid.
Besides underpaid. So, a couple of things happen at the same time as Felix splits off from the group. Felix, give me a D20.
Sure. D20. 17.
That's a 17. That's fabulous. All right. So, as the workers look up and all turn to look Ellie with their faceless eyes, it's as unsettling as you're picturing, by the way. That's why I paused. The other part of it is that Marine, Link, you notice this because you're actually intently talking to Marine. Marine kind of looks around and she's confused for a moment and goes, "Please don't drop the bread on the ground. Please don't drop the bread on the ground. Please go pick up the bread from the ground that you dropped."
All right, I'm gonna pick it up. And is there a trash can nearby? Because I want to get rid of this.
Well, you try to pick it up. Because the second you try to pick it up, little silver sparks erupt from your fingertips, and it like moves the bread away from you.
That's weird.
And everyone saw that, by the way, except for Felix, because Felix isn't there.
So we all see that happen.
Yeah, everybody saw that except for Felix.
Ellie. That's your name,
Yes.
right? Okay, I'm still like
Yes.
6 years. That's good. You're gonna want to lean into that. You're gonna want to. You're not gonna want to get. It's not like it's not gonna hurt you. It's not bad for you. I promise you, it's good for you.
Maureen, I think you should take a break while we try and clean up this mess.
Yeah, Marie, we're gonna take care of this. You just go do your thing.
Link, would you like to give me a persuasion roll?
I would.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want me to? I mean, you don't have to do it, but
Oh, what did you want to do?
do you want me to persuade as well?
You can lend assistance if you'd like to the persuasion. Yeah, great.
Is that all?
I think lend assistance does an edge, if I remember. Is that what I agreed to?
That's what you were going to default it to.
We talked
Because you
about
could do either or, depending on what you as the GM decide.
I'm gonna have it be an edge because otherwise I'm gonna forget. So yeah,
we can never decide.
Well, the reason why it can be either or is because the GM can make the decision in the situation based on which they feel is most appropriate. I think an edge in this situation is probably best.
yeah.
I got a 22.
With that 22, Maureen thinks that's a pretty darn good idea because the longer she looks at her friends Phil and Donahue, and I'm a 90s kid, so yes, that is a reference. Don't laugh, Alex, stop laughing. Don't laugh, you're ruining the mood of the moment. This time on Phil Donahue. Phil and Donahue, yes. Maureen's brain breaks a little bit, just a little bit, not enough to attack you. But if you had not had a high enough roll, she would have clung to you profusely during this battle. So she shuffles off to get some coffee and coffee cake, and the coffee cake's probably fine because it's not made with malt. So there's that. I guess there's really no other way to put this than before we go into initiative, is there anything anyone else would like to do as Marine the NPC shuffles off the scene? Never to be seen again, or maybe again. Who knows? Anything is possible.
How do we get? How does this work? I don't.
I mean, once she's out of visual range, Link
Yeah.
is pretty sure that Ellie knows that we're the Power Rangers.
I don't know that she knows exactly what we are, but
Also, Silver Lightning. She's probably one of us because Freddy did talk about the Silver Ranger.
we always talk about like, and all of us had the lightning thing. Anytime like we link up with a weapon or whatever. So no, we know. I mean, we know this. The yeah.
Yeah. So Morpha time. Yeah. That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Did you have that conversation like aloud?
Yeah.
Or did you like whisper it? Okay, so Ellie, they are having a conversation about you while you are in the room. Granted, you are being looked at by 18 kind of eyeless people, but like still, you are in the room technically.
I mean, I had a suspicion that you guys had something to do with this, what happened at my last job, but
Well,
didn't think you were
we
the
didn't
Power
have
Rangers.
anything to do with that.
We're just there. We just happen to be
We
there.
just happened to be going for some stupid show
technically
thing.
Technically, you did because your power weapon was there, so it was like
Technically, we didn't
Serial
cause it.
satellite was there.
a
Well, maybe
Kingdom Stunner.
I guess I
The
don't
Kingdom Stunner.
stupid accent anymore.
Yeah, when you didn't have it earlier, I figured it wasn't real. And this the second time today I've seen silver sparkles happen. My phone earlier had a weird spy app just pop onto it and just
Jules, did you hear that? Ah, then let me tune you in. Ellie just said spyware magically went onto her phone earlier today. So,
Spy app just magically downloaded itself on her phone.
Chinese.
Dream. Yeah, that wasn't for you. Sorry. I don't know how you got it. It was for somebody else. I'm not sure how that happened.
Gonna
I
say
have-
I'll do with it. Just a thought.
I love how the bad guys are just patiently letting us talk.
We're having this conversation while 18 of them are
Yeah.
staring at us, and
I mean,
no, that's okay. It's giving Felix time, and that will be after our first round of combat. Then I'll explain what happened to Felix. Definitely, you're not going to die. Don't worry. But yeah, so you are having this conversation. I'm gonna say Mortal Kombat style because that's also like ninjas waiting to attack you after you had your conversation. But they are aware and moving closer to you, Ellie. So it's really up to you what you want to. So I am gonna say, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Link, because you are GMR experienced. Because the Silver Ranger is an auxiliary ranger, technically, I can't actually tell. Would they follow the follow me if they did it?
Anyone on our side can.
Okay.
Because they're essentially like following Link's lead in terms of how things go. So if we had a White Ranger who also has follow me, we could technically split the team. Where like half the team would be following Link's lead and half the team would be following the White Ranger's lead. In terms of like, if we had multiple enemies, for example, like if we had a monster and then a bunch of putties, and we're like, all right, the three of us are going to go over there and fight the monster. The rest of you go take care of the putties. Then we could do that. But if everybody's like, oh, we've got this one group of bad guys, everybody's going to fight the bad guys. Everybody can just use my follow me.
Okay, so Ellie, you can make a choice. You can wait for the Rangers to morph, or you can just morph yourself because you can do it. So it's up to you.
Which, by the way, I am morphing. You know.
yeah. Also saying.
Okay, I'm gonna let's see what Ellie wants to do, and then we'll decide if you do the follow me or not. Let's. do you
I
think,
think I'll morph, but I feel like this is Ellie's first time, so
This is like this is your first time doing it with the group. This is not your. This is maybe like your second or third time morphing, so it's a little weird.
yeah, I meant with
but-
like a group of people.
Yeah. So you take out your cell phone and you flip it over, and a secret like infrared laser panel emerges as if by magic, and you type in 345, enter, and the entire place lights up with silver. Um, and you can come up with your catchphrase as you wish. But then standing before the rest of you Rangers and not doing follow me is a Silver Centurion Ridge Power Ranger.
Hey.
Hi.
So you know things then.
I know some things.
That's just a weird statement.
I have approximate knowledge of many things.
Oh, by the way, dial 309 and it's time to rock it.
Yeah, 410.
It's okay. I guess is anyone going to follow Link as the person, or you just
They don't.
okay?
Jules will.
Well,
Well,
morphing doesn't like we all have to still because my first thing is morphing. So if everybody else is following suit, hooray!
Okay, great. Oh, by the way, Ellie, there is initiative on your yeah, there's initiative on your character sheet. It's under speed if you want to do that.
Actually, the initiative button on the character sheets is in the upper right below the edit button.
Doesn't
there's
always.
two of them. There's two of them, and it drives
Oh, there
me
is.
absolutely insane that it's in two places. So you can use whichever initiative button you like. It does the same thing, essentially.
Yeah, sometimes.
Okay.
Sometimes it doesn't. Depends on the day.
Okay, so who is actually using Follow Me?
Jules. And Leia.
Leia.
yeah, I mean, I might as well. I mean,
Okay, so that's going to get me a +3 to my initiative roll.
Yeah, so Ellie, go ahead and do your initiative. All right, you got
So
5.
I have a 20.
Nice.
Everybody else should be rolling their d4s to see where they land under that 20.
Got a 20. Roll a
3.
d4 for Leia.
Thank you.
Ooh, all right. So that means it should be Jules after you.
No, you subtract that from the 20. So I'm at 20, Leia's at 19,
Okay.
Alex is at 17, and then Jules is at 16.
Yeah. And that is going to be that's gonna be everyone. So Link, you are at the top of the initiative order. So the time to morph, I'm not doing that as standard action, is just something you did. The reason is because during the time you morph, and Leia, this was the part that I knew you were gonna hate. They start transforming into half Tanga, half human creatures. They have like beaks.
I've been playing
Yeah.
with you.
So Link,
Go ahead.
you watch this transformation happen after morph, and you're just like, yeah, that's what we needed. That's the hat on this hat. So
I'm very glad I got Maureen to leave, because this might have gotten her to,
Join them.
oh boy.
but it made her evil. It's true, because she's had some of the bread, a lot of the bread actually. It's delicious bread though, except for the evil part of it, I guess. Anywho, Link, it's your turn. What would you like to do?
Yeah, these things definitely are bad guys. So I'm going to. Link's first thought is always martial arts. So he's gonna like move up to the closest one, and then he's going to punch it real hard.
Please punch it real hard.
Hooray! I got a 19.
19. Cool. They have a toughness of 14. So you punch one, and it seems to like bend against your fist, and then kind of snaps into like one of those old timey plastic Armstrong whatever the figures that he stretched, and I can't
Stretch
remember his name
Armstrong.
right now.
Stretch
That
arm.
was the thing.
Oh, right there.
I was so close. So close. But yeah, so it kind of falls down, and it does not retain its Tenga features once it falls down. It goes back to being weird eyeless human, but it goes back to being human after it goes down.
Hopefully this won't be a problem. I'm gonna go ahead because they have. Does it look like they have talons?
No, they have big creepy fingers, which is enough. I didn't feel like adding talons was going to make it any better. I feel like the
Alright.
big creepy fingers was enough. I
Then
can
I'm
add
gonna
talons.
spend
Do you want talons?
No.
I'll add talons.
I was asking for purposes of one of my special abilities. So I'm going to spend a free action to make myself resistant to blunt damage.
Ooh, spicy. Good times. All right. That sounds like good. So, Leia, how you doing today?
It's super.
You having a good super
Yeah.
day? Super day. Yeah.
Yeah. So I am going to. So let me ask you this first. When he kicks the first, Eldritch horror that happens to make its way into Centurion Ridge, did that
Is
make
such a loaded word?
did that make any of the rest of them react?
No, they're waiting politely for their turn.
I loved that. Okay. All right. So because of that,
We're going by putty rules here. We're doing putty
Yeah.
rules. Okay, they're waiting for their turn.
I never considered putties to be particularly like to have manners, but I guess I misread them all these years.
Well, they were human ones, so there's that. But
Yeah.
you don't know that yet.
Well, okay. So I'm gonna just continue to beat on the one he started.
Oh no, the one he started has gone down. So
Oh.
that's
But not dead. Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
but they're down for all intents.
You're going to dead check it? Is that what you're saying?
I was gonna
You can
keep
dead check it if you want to.
No. How do I dead
Not gonna
check?
stop you.
How does that work?
You basically hit it while it's down.
Yeah. Do you want to see what happens?
Not when you say it like that, I don't.
I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. I'm just giving you the option to see what happens when you punch a plasticine factory worker, as it is.
No, I don't want to do that now. I'm really concerned.
It's fine. Everything is great.
You raised your
What
voice.
would you like to do?
I would like to go to the next one that's closest. I would actually like to shoot it from where I am instead of kick it.
Yeah. Do you have your blade blaster? Oh wait, I have your blade blaster. And
Yeah.
to you my sword. Let's see. You're going to blast with the blade.
Blade blaster.
And you don't have any points on targeting.
What? Oh.
You don't have any points in targeting.
I should do that next time I have a level up.
Yes, you really should.
I think I just like when we built her, I was planning on her being like a continuation of her from the summer where she kicked a lot of people. She didn't shoot people. She still does, but now I have gotten.
Yeah.
So.
It's true. All right, cool. So, fun story.
Sorry, guys.
That shot absorbs into that one's skin, and it gets like yellow electricity on it for a moment, but it absorbs the blast.
I
It
don't
didn't like it either. It growls at you.
Sure.
It does in fact have teeth, which is a thing.
Oh god.
Alex, it's your turn.
Don't.
So, don't shoot shotgun. Thank you, Def Leppard.
Oh.
Which is not living color.
I know a little bit of bands. Thank you, though, for mansplaining the fact that two bands are not the same band.
They could be.
They're not, though.
It could be
I
like
mean, Van Halen was
Temple
like
of the
3
Dog.
bands.
They're not, though. Right?
They might
Anywho,
be. Anyway,
Alex,
so
Eldritch Horrors from Beyond Comprehension are in the factory and have probably poisoned the bread supply. So, what would you like to do?
not eat the bread, but that's another story.
You may have already done it, but that's okay.
Is this temporally? Is this in the past, the future, or did we already do the gun thing? And is my drill done? I'm not sure where we are.
Your drill is done. We are in the present.
Okay, so I'm gonna summon my drill, say screw this, and punch him with the drill.
Please use your power weapon. Ellie, by the way. Oh, cool. You've got one of those too. It's not a drill, but cool.
That's
Yeah.
might. Yeah, might.
That is mine.
Why is my brawn 0? 14.
That meets their toughness. You drill through one, drill it in half. Leia, if you're interested to know, they bleed black goo. So there's that. And it doesn't go anywhere after it comes out of them. It seems to be done with whatever it was doing. So that's fun, and everybody sees that. Which is just, I hope everyone's having as good a time as I am. Jules?
Huh?
It's your turn to confront the Eldritch Horror factory workers working in the bread factory that's definitely poisoning the city that you've lived in all your life.
Oh yeah, sorry. No, I was just making notes for Sunday for you.
Oh,
because
thank you. Oh, that's so much fun. You don't know the whole story yet, though.
Back and forth.
Neither do you.
Everything. Everything.
Yep, I'm gonna. Yeah.
I can't wait to see where you put the factory on the sea because we'll be in the we'll be on the ship.
It doesn't need to be a factory. I'm just saying, if your hardtack suddenly sprouts tentacles and attacks you, and you're the only one that can see it, you only have yourself.
You're assuming I haven't poisoned the crew by that point.
Oh, God, you're right.
Good for you. We've already discussed that, by the way.
I know. Okay, so I'm gonna take out my my blade blaster and I'm gonna try to hit it, like stab it with my blade blaster.
Are you? Yes. So you're blading instead of the blasting.
Yes, I am. Oh wait, hold on. I did that wrong. Yes. I get a shift up because I am me. 14.
Yes, you stab one, and verily it goes down. You're close enough because you're stabbing with your blade blaster, so it's a little more intimate. It kind of goes in like you'd imagine it would go into like a mannequin. Like it's kind of unsettling. It's almost like you're stabbing not a loaf of bread, but there's like no other equivalent that you really have. So it's like that. It goes down. It does bleed some black goo onto your blade blaster, but you know, it's down. It's not moving, and that's probably fine.
I'm gonna wipe the goo on my
your power suit. You're gonna wipe the goo on the non-flexible power suit that you have.
Yes.
Cool. Definitely not making a note of that at all. So hey, would anyone like to know whose turn it is in initiative?
Not mine.
I'm guessing it's the bad guys.
I mean, are they bad or were they made that way?
They're bad guys.
So, I would like everyone to remind me of what their might is.
I don't know. Can you remind me?
Oh yes, I can let you know. What
My might is a D6.
What do you think it is? And I'll tell you if you're right.
Oh no, sorry, not your might, your toughness. I apologize, Swain. So your toughness is a 12, Leia.
Oh, hold on.
14.
Is that
13?
including her power armor?
Is that does that include your power armor, Leia? Yeah, I don't
No.
think you built your character to be very.
What's her strength?
She's very gymnastic.
You?
Much tougher.
Yeah.
Then she should have a 13 because
Yeah, it
her
doesn't
power
add it
armor should give her a
automatically.
+1.
Yeah, it doesn't add
Yes,
it
okay.
automatically.
Yes. So that's 13 for your toughness. Basically, everyone keep an eyeball out on your might because these characters are all going to try to, well, hug you with their big squiggly fingers.
No, I don't
No.
like it.
God,
I'm very glad my
Just
toughness
wanna
is a
say-
17.
clearly
Come and
that's
say hello. That's what
Okay.
they want.
what we
That's
do.
what they do. They got a 12. So anyone with a 12 or lower is now hugged by squiggly tentacle fingers.
Thank you for reminding him about the upshift with the power suit. Because I would have been
Oh.
hugged.
The +1 for the power suit, yes.
Did anyone get hugged?
Stepped up, but yeah.
No, I didn't get hugged.
Aw, I just want to be loved like everybody else does. That's a charm reference. Anyways, Ellie, it is your turn now for combat. I know that you're still like figuring out everything your shoe can do. What would you like to do as your first official move as a Power Ranger? There are no wrong answers because you are a hero, well, heroine, as it is. So
I think I'm gonna try to also punch one.
you're gonna try to what?
Punch.
Cool. So that's going to be an unarmed. So that's going to be a might roll. So go ahead and do a might roll and see about punching these definitely human figures that are in this factory that you've worked with for 2 days.
He keeps trying to convince us that they're human.
They're squishy. They're very squishy humans.
All humans are squishy. That's a 1. So I'm going to say you should use your story point if you haven't yet. And if you have no story points, I would ask a teammate for one and I would roll that using a story point. I mean, you can keep the 1, but something bad will happen.
I do have a story point.
Yeah.
But my might's at a 0, so this is fun.
I was going to say, shouldn't she technically have 2 since she had that one session before she became a Power Ranger?
No, that's already been factored in.
Okay, all right.
Well, she will if she
I
keeps
thought
the
I'd
one.
No, it's fine. So
That's true. If you keep the 1, you do get a story point for it.
yeah. So
Can I donate a story point? Because I
No, I have a story point. I'm just saying my
you,
might
you just,
is a 0.
but you can still because it'll roll as a snag, but you can still do better than 1. You
So,
typically can't do less.
Here's my question. Does your character have the finesse skill?
Yes. But a
Then you
skateboard
probably
is-
wouldn't. No, the skill under speed for called finesse.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah, so your character is better off doing things like kicks or things like that, like more like
Kung Fu.
rather than just like a straight punch.
Yeah.
You're better off doing like martial arts and kung fu. Link
I don't-
is like a straight up just like brawler more so than a martial artist, and he's trained in martial arts. He's just better at punching things than fancy things like kicks and karate chops.
I think I forgot to tell you
Yeah.
too, and I apologize that because of a skill that I have, anybody that uses their blade blaster, whether it's shooting or stabbing, gets a shift up on all of their rolls when they use it.
The Silver Ranger does not have a blade blaster because their power weapon is too
Oh.
close. But that's
Well,
good to know.
never mind.
Uh,
Sorry.
No,
Well, the
but it's a
one I
very
was
cool
trying
weapon.
to
Yeah.
help.
So let's have you, because you get a story point anyway. So let's have you re-roll that, but re-roll it as a finesse, and then you'll just
Yeah.
do fancy taekwondo punching instead. You'll do one of those like leopard fist palm thingies that I learned in taekwondo. It's a 5. So it didn't go great. They feel weird to punch. They don't feel like punching things feels, and it's very disconcerting. Also, it's like a stage fright thing. Like this is your first time doing something in front of other rangers. It was much easier when you were dealing with Goldar, right? So like you
Yeah.
were like on your own for that. So it's the stage fright thing. So it's not great, but you're also not being hugged by them. So you're doing okay, So that's good.
Hey, she got a 1 on her d20 for the second roll, so she still gets her story point
Yeah,
back.
you get your story point back. It's all roses. It's all kind of roses. So now, while the rest of the team does some behind the curtain combat, just so we're not bogged down in combat, Felix,
Me.
yes. So you do make your way to the bathroom. It is a factory, but they have bathrooms. It's not that bad. You get to the bathroom. Are you putting on the jumpsuit to do espionage things? Are you examining the jumpsuit? What would you like to do with said jumpsuit?
I am going to. My intent was to put on the jumpsuit to do espionage things. Yes.
Cool. So give me an alertness roll. Yeah, give me an alertness roll.
Give me an alertness roll. Don't. I got a 14.
Neat. So you are putting on the jumpsuit, and you actually you see a picture of the founder of Tove's Loaves. I have the name written down. Where is his name? Because he has like a plaque of himself in the bathroom, which is kind of weird. Oh, I did a name for the other person. I didn't do a name for him. What would you envision the CEO of a company would be named? Like a first name, because his last name will be Tove, but what will his first name be?
My question is, how long has Tove's Loaves been around?
Long time. This is like 5th generation stuff at this point.
40 years, right? Didn't you say 40 years? Which means it's probably
Well,
Ivanhoe's.
no.
Bartholomew.
News comes around every 40 years, but the town has been here much longer than that, and that's part of the problem.
How about Jeff? With
Yeah, I like Jeff.
with the
Great.
G.
Oh my god, with like a
Geoff.
G and an O, or is it?
Yeah, like GEOFF.
I love it. Kind of hate it, kind of love it. All right, Joff. Joff Tove. I'm gonna give this to you, because of how because of how Joff is spelled. Jeff. I'm just gonna call it Jeff. Um, there is a good chance that he looks like the type of guy to use his name as his like password on his computer type of thing. So you notice there are 5. You notice there are 5 letters in it. When you leave the bathroom, there is a staircase that goes up to a crow's nest. You're far enough away that unless someone screams during battle, you're not going to necessarily hear. But there's a staircase right there, and there are many questions which require answers.
Yeah, I want to get down to like where I saw the my goal was to get down to the where the bread was being made. What was that like that early bread called?
Yeah, the vat room.
The malt vats. Yeah.
The
malt
malt. Thank
vats,
you. I wanted to
Which
go
was
to
my
like
new-
that area.
My new punk band name. So in order to get to the malt vats, the best way to do it and not be seen is to go up, take the stairs, and then go like across the catwalks, because then you won't get noticed by anyone. And if you do, you're wearing a jumpsuit.
Yeah,
So it makes
that's
sense.
what I wanted. I want to do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So you go ahead and you get up there. It is it's kind of high. How are you with height?
Fine.
Okay. Um, so you can go back to the malt vats, or there's a manager's office on the other side.
Um, like knowing what Felix knows, he like wants to see if he can like stop the ooze from coming in to the plant. But as a player, I feel like I would learn like useful information by going into the manager's office.
It's true, and there's no way that I would put a trap in the malt vats in any way, shape, or form.
Um,
Maybe we should have the chat vote. If you go to the malt vat trap, press 1. If you go to the management trap, press 2. No, I'm just teasing. What would you like to do? Life is full of choices. This is one that you make for yourself.
I think I'm gonna take note of where the manager's office is, and maybe on my way back to like rejoin the team, I can go in there quickly. But I think, like the he wants to investigate the malt vat the most. I think so.
Yeah.
I think he's gonna do that.
So you run down to kind of the malt vat. You walk quickly with purpose to the malt vats. It's very warm up on this part of the catwalk. There's also nobody around. For a factory that makes bread and makes bread consistently, it's very odd how abandoned this factory seems, except for the parts where the tour takes place. The malts, the malt that smell is very much like it gives you a little bit of a headache, because it's just not a great smell. It's very much like it's like you're smelling the inside of a tin can almost. And it's very warm. As you look down, give me a science roll.
God. Whoa. No, never mind. Why didn't that go? Try that again. Okay. I'm gonna try that one more time.
One more time, we're going to celebrate with malt bats.
I got a 4.
You got a 4. So you don't notice anything, and as a bonus, you're pretty sure the black ooze has noticed you as. I'm going to do it this way. Ah, that's a 20. That's bad for you. As some of the goo, the black goo that's kind of dripping off in condensation, because it's in that malt bat so much, kind of looks up at you, and you're not what it's apparently expecting, because it starts to form into a black goo kind of hand thing. Um, yeah, and you're watching it form into a black goo hand. How are you feeling, Felix?
Confused.
I mean,
The
that's
black
fair.
goo. Okay. Yeah, confused. I'm gonna like try and step away from it.
Yeah, the fingers of the hand are kind of on the direction you go. Um, but yeah, you can step away from it.
Um okay, so I just have a question here. So I saw the black goo kind of like seeping into the factory, or what exactly did I see when I noticed the black goo? When
That
I
it was
was
like
before?
it was coming along like a pipe and getting into like a hole in a pipe, and getting into malt baths that way.
It was climbing into a pipe.
Yeah, it's like walking along Hungry Caterpillar style into the pipe.
Gotcha. Okay. is there like, you know how like tubes and stuff have like the wheels that you can crank to like cut them off?
Yeah.
Do I
Yes,
see
there
any of
is.
those?
Yes, but it is unfortunately on the ground floor.
I thought that's where I was.
No, you're up on the catwalk. You had to get to the malt. This was the express route to the malt vats.
But I thought the malt fats were below me. That's why we looked down and saw them when we were on the tour.
No, they were off to the side of you.
Oh, okay. Well, then I want to try and shut off access of the black goo to the malt vat. That is like my entire goal.
Cool. And see how you do. Next combat round. That's very neat. All right, let's see. Okay, so we're back to the top of combat. Link, your turn. Um, you've done fairly well. No one has been hugged um, to death, so you know.
So the one that I punched, is it still on the ground, not moving?
Yeah.
Cool, 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 cool. I have no reason to believe that it's going to get up. However, the sensation of punching it was not pleasant. So Link is going to go ahead and activate his illumination.
Ellie, it's very
So-
cool. Would you like to explain to Ellie what your illumination looks like when you illuminate yourself?
So, like, there's this moment of, like, Link taking one of those Dragon Ball Z poses, and he's like, he says something like, "Let's do this," or let's get dangerous," and then he lights up with like this red, like low level effect of red light with lightning coursing over his hands. Then he's gonna run up to one of the other ones and he's gonna punch it.
He lights up the world like nobody else. Please do punch. Please give that punch. Just like everywhere else, the red punch is the most dangerous.
I think I missed because he said their toughness was a 14.
14. You just missed. It looked really cool, but you just miss.
Sadness.
Sadness. Leia, it's your
I'm gonna go ahead and
turn.
spend a free action to make
Oh.
sure I'm still resistant to blunt damage.
You are still resistant to blood damage, but not resistance to the loving hug of an eldritch horde that works in a bread factory of beyond comprehension. Leia, you are muted, so if you are...
No, I'm good. I was waiting. I didn't want to start going until. Yeah, I think I'm also going to try to kick one in the face.
You don't want to make the bread factory explode?
Not with my friends in it.
Oh, well, you'd get out in time, probably. But yeah, go ahead, please, for might or finesse, really. If you're doing fancy taekwondo, then finesse. If you're doing...
Yeah, fancy taekwondo sounds good.
Please give it some... Oh, wait, I have to do that for you.
Sorry.
That's worth it. No, you're fine. It's just... my brain is like Swiss cheese sometimes. And you got an 11. So that's fine.
Okay.
It just doesn't do
Story
damage
point.
there. No, it was high enough that well, the skill was a 1, so yeah. If you haven't used a story point this time, I'll let you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because combat is always a new scene.
Mhm.
That's a 7. So you did worse on the try. They feel weird. Like when you go to kick and punch them, like they just don't feel. It just feels bad. Like you just feel bad about it. Like it just doesn't feel great. It's not great.
Okay.
Jules, it's your turn.
Did Alex go?
Did Alex go? Is Alex? Oh, Alex.
I
Sorry,
got it.
Alex. It is your turn.
I'm going to try to smack him down with my power weapon again to maybe make him explode into black goo, but I'm going to use sonic damage this time because I'm tired of one sharp damage.
Ooh, fancy.
No. With a 4, absolutely not.
Yes, a 4 does not. You actually like do it, and they move just enough that you like hit the conveyor belt the line was on, and like bread goes flying all over the place. It doesn't have tentacles, so there's that.
Yet.
It doesn't have tentacles yet. It's true, but you know that's a good thing. No tentacles on the bread. Jules, the bread does not have tentacles on it.
Good.
Is that a
That's-
nightmare you've ever had of tentacled bread?
I mean, it will be now, but
Just like of burgers with insects in them. It's coming to mind for some reason.
right?
And nutritious, tasty and nutritious.
How many of them are? There's still a bunch of them up, correct?
There are currently 8.
8. Okay. I guess I'm gonna run over and stab the next one that I see with my blade blaster.
Neat. I love stabbing.
Me too.
Mhm.
It is second only to lighting things on fire.
Aw.
19.
19. You stab and you do well enough that I will give you that you're able to stab to, just like you would with a grow fork in Angel Grove Park.
Mm.
The real ones always remember. All right. Everyone, please remember what your toughness is, because they are again going to attempt to grapple you. That is a 13, so I don't think anybody gets grappled. But again, the fingers are very disconcerting. Lee, it is your turn. You do have a power weapon, by the way.
Yeah, it is that what's the name of it? Sorry.
No, you're fine. There are a lot of things you have to get used to saying that are not.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have something called the Silver Steel. It is a combination blaster and bladed weapon, but it kind of looks like if your fist turned into a sword. So if you call it, it starts out as a gauntlet, and then based upon how you use it, is what will happen with it. If you would like to.
If I want to stab something, what am I gonna have to use?
Finesse is what you use for stabbing things.
All right, well then we're gonna do that. We're gonna try to stab it with my silver steel.
Your Silver Steel. Please give us that finesse roll with your Silver Steel.
I am just not having the rolls today.
You're still getting used to holding your power weapon. It's perfectly. So actually, the reason is you got distracted as you were going to aim. Thought you saw Jeff Tove, the head of the company, looking out of an upper window, and so you actually went to slice and you like moved because you thought you saw him, and you've been trying to track him down for a few days now. So that was why you missed. You do get another story point, by the way, for the D20. Felix, you get down to ground floor. I would love for you to give me a might roll as you grapple with the wheel of probably not doom. You are muted if you are trying to speak.
I said the wheel of doom.
Well, wheel of not doom. It might be not doom. Who knows?
I rolled a 10.
That's a 10. Not quite what you need to conquer the wheel of doom. You're pretty sure you hear something rattling around in there in the pipe. So, because I'm a fun and terrible guy, would you like to try to halt the wheel of doom again?
Yes, I would.
Ooh.
Come on, baby.
That's a 9.
Never mind.
If in response to your very presence, the pipe that you were
Just
trying
not
to stop,
strong enough.
the pipe decides it's going to burst, and you watch as black goo spews forth onto the floor of the factory
Oh.
building of Tove's Loaves.
Great.
So that's fun.
Yeah.
Is that what you say to yourself? Great.
Yeah.
Now.
Perfect. That's
Perfect.
what I
Link!
needed.
Link, it is your turn. Things are going just fine.
I'm sure. I'm gonna try and punch the bad guy again.
That's fair. You are illuminated for a solid minute. So yes, longer than a minute.
Punching bad guys that are definitely humans.
Yes.
23.
I'm gonna give that you punched through like 3 of them because the illumination just worked really. You actually like punched off of a part of the conveyor belt, and so like you actually get like some extra punch there. So you go through like 3 of them, and again, it doesn't feel good, and like the black goo inside of them, your mind registers, yeah, that's blood. It like you get a look at the inside of one, and it's like someone was trying to recreate a human, and like just stopped short of figuring out what blood was, and so it's not great.
Yeah, he was kind of hoping the light would like help purge the black blood. That's why he was like, power up, let's do this. I feel like what
Yeah.
he ended up doing was like punching a loaf instead of hitting one of the guys. So it was like coated in red energy and bounced off like 3 of them.
Oh, it's so sad what's happened to these workers. So sad. Leia, it's your turn. They're definitely still human. Don't worry about it. There's
Yeah.
definitely nothing is wrong with them.
He's gonna try to kick it in the face again.
Cool. I love kicking things in the face.
Me too.
Come on.
Do I get a shift? Is there
What this time?
even with punching and whatnot?
No, because it's a blade blaster thing. You gotta not.
Have him with the blade blaster and get the shift up.
Yeah, but Blade Blaster didn't do anything the last time.
Yes. So that was a 9. Not ideal. Not an ideal moment. No, not great. No. Alex, it's your turn. Things are going fine. No one's dead or hugged. Well, hugging would be nice. It's sad that they don't get to hug you and show their appreciation for your visit to their wonderful factory.
Well, can't we all just get along and then smack him
No.
again?
Are you going? Did it's 16. You take one. You take one down. There are 2 left. Jules, it's your turn.
Okay, I am going to stab them again.
Ooh.
13. I don't think that hits.
It does not. And what's worse for Ellie is that the two remaining look at you, Ellie, and for the first time you hear their near human voices. Ellie, why would you stab us?
No.
God damn it.
What?
Ellie, why would you stab us? Link, are you facing, can you see Ellie at this moment? I'm going to say yes for the drama. Or we're rolling for the drama.
Yes, I am. I wasn't sure, so it's like, we'll make it a 50-50 shot.
So in the game store, when you were doing your righteous speech that did not save Freddy, sadly, the old man with the eye patch who had everything but the I am evil sign above his head, his smile went real wide and real weird and real inhuman. And that's happening again with these two workers.
Oh, you manipulative sons of...
Ellie,
Listen,
why would you
they're
stab us?
manipulating you.
I've worked here for like, I don't even know, and now you decide to talk to me? Absolutely not.
48 hours was enough. You don't even know how long you worked there.
It feels like months when you have no one to talk to.
We're human, just like you, Ellie.
Humans don't see that.
Something doesn't feel right. I don't like it. No, thank you.
No, you're in the 0% of that camp. 0% of that. Let's see. Actually, give me an alertness roll.
Okay.
Cool. Out of the corner of your eye, there is a small pool of black goo that is, and you only know this because you are in morph form. You have something called danger sense, so you're not sure exactly what the danger is, but it feels like the small pile of black goo moving across the floor. Not quite slithering, but gooing the way towards you all is probably bad. You also do have something called extra attack. So the next time you decide to attack, I want you to actually do it twice. As in, right now, if you're going to attack these two final, definitely human factory workers.
I'm gonna
Definitely
try to
human
stab.
TM.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to stab them again because I don't appreciate being
You don't
creepily
appreciate
talked to.
relation? Yeah. 14! Hey, the first one hits! It was very cool. You punch with your power weapon is great. And 14 for the second one. Everyone except for Felix watches the Silver Ranger give some dynamo shots that makes the final two fleeting factory workers split off into pieces. Felix, are you perhaps running in the direction of the group to warn them about the
What does the
pool of
black goo do? Is it doing anything? Is it like turning into anything, or is it just pooling?
I mean, I wasn't going to have it turn into something, but should I?
Like,
No. No.
I mean, we could do a couple more hours.
I only asked because you had the little bit of it turned into a hand, so I thought maybe you were
It's
going to be
true.
doing something.
I mean, I wasn't going to do any emotional damage. Would you like some emotional damage?
You can do whatever you want. This is your game.
Aw. No, I'm going to save the emotional damage, actually, for reasons, for story. Anywho, there is a trail of black goo spewing from that pipe that burst, and it is well, it's headed everywhere, but specifically towards the rangers that you don't know were necessarily in a battle, but it's heading in their general direction, and also to where the rest of the bread is that's potentially not contaminated.
God. Is there anything I can do to like to stop it? Can I um is there like I'm trying to think of like what I could like do in this situation.
I will let you know this is a canon event. Um, so you can try something, but the difficulty is very high. But difficulty being high has not been a precursor to lack of success. People have definitely surprised me before. Jane did it once. I was very surprised.
I have done one
there
good
s-
thing in 2 games.
No, you've done amazing stuff, but that especially was a surprise. That like 28 on the getting rid of the government door was a surprise.
Okay. In it in a universe where maybe I morph in order to shoot something, is there anything around that I could shoot that could possibly contain the black goo?
You could actually shoot at the malt vat. It has like bolts coming out of it, and it has like a little thermometer, so that could be a weak spot. So you could definitely shoot at the malt vat. It's already probably potentially contaminated, so it could absorb liquid because it's
Yeah, I
it's
you know what,
malt.
that was gonna be my like second option if I couldn't stop the black goo, was to like somehow destroy the malt vat. So that was like
Yeah,
part of my thing. So I'm gonna morph using
good
my
instinct.
code 110 pink ranger power,
Just like
and
that.
I'm gonna pull out my blade blaster. I am going to not forget the skill shift. I'm going to aim at the weak spot of this vat of stuff, and hopefully it can wash away the black goo and all of its contamination can go somewhere else. Dear God.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Three. Are you guys ready? Three. Oh,
Ah!
Nina.
The 19. That's good because if it had been bad, things would have gotten real bad. But no, a 19 is pretty good. You shoot at the malt, and the malt. You shoot at one where it's actually not liquid malt yet, where it's still malt fiber or malt, whatever is malt before it becomes liquid malty goo. It comes out like from a corn silo, and you hear like the sound of as it like pours out and it starts absorbing some of the black. Um, the black stops moving like it's picking up an oil spill. Not sure you've solved the problem completely, but at least it's not in the bread, maybe. But what would you like to tell your fellow rangers as you have accomplished this task?
I'm going to run over to my fellow rangers and I'm gonna be like, yeah, hey, so bread definitely contaminated, and then I'm gonna like look around and see the battle that has ensued.
You just body parts on the floor and black goo, like you almost trip over a leg on your way in.
Yeah, and I'm gonna be like, okay, yeah, you guys might have already known that. Okay, cool. Um, hey, so there's like a lot of it, and it's like spilling in here. I think we should just get rid of the whole place.
Burn it down.
Toves, loaves. It's historical. But you know what? History has been doing evil in this town, so I'm down for it.
Can I make? Can I
Uh,
blow it up? Can I
uh,
blow? Can I blow this up?
Before we blow this place up, there's a guy upstairs that I've been looking for. Did you see him? By chance?
Does he look like a typical CEO type man?
Yes.
He
Yes, he does.
was in the He was in the bathroom while I was changing into my disguise.
No, his plaque was in the bathroom while you were changing into your disguise. But
Oh,
yes,
his plaque was in the bathroom.
So technically, he was in the bathroom.
Yeah.
Did I see him? I don't think I saw him.
no, not him, but you saw the plaque. So,
But she saw him, didn't she? Didn't you say she saw him?
I saw
Yeah.
him in the window.
yes, in the window.
Did you by any chance see the?
He might be up there. I don't know. I was trying to stop Goo, but Goo too much now.
Too much goo. Should have renamed the episode. Too much goo.
But what if I start setting the bombs and you go running upstairs and see if he's there, and then everybody else can get out, and then when you get out, I'll set the bomb and we'll go.
Sounds like a plan.
Also, I have a feeling this is the first time I've seen a warrior clad in silver in our group. So at first I was just talking to them, and then I'm like, you're new, but yeah, I think. Do I know where did I see their office or something?
Yeah, you know where the office is. It's the manager's office. It's the one on top of the.
Oh, the one that you told me to go to, and I said no. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
I was trying so damn hard.
Awesome.
It's okay.
Awesome.
It's okay. We're still getting there. We'll still get what we need.
Yeah. He's up there. I think I saw him. Let's go, friend.
Set the bombs.
Cool. Yes. So we're just gonna move this on. So here's a couple of things that are going to happen. You do not find Jeff Tove upstairs. What you do find, Ellie, you find a filing cabinet and a computer that are very similar to a setup you found in another location that is not yet to be revealed. But you find like the CEO's computer because the door is not hard to kick down with your power armor on. Not even make you roll for that. You got a filing cabinet and a computer. What's most important to you to salvage before they raise this historic location to the ground? It's literally on the National Historic Register, by the way. So don't feel too bad about it, but
I don't care.
Is the computer a laptop or is it a desktop?
it's a desktop. Why would it be a laptop? He's an old generic white CEO.
Okay, well, then I'm going to take the computer tower because a monitor's not going to really help me. So I'm going to grab that.
You can stick it in grid space.
It's too big to be in grid space, actually. Like, you have to actually carry it.
Like a big stick.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be like one of those ones you have to carry like this. And then I'm going to quickly go through the filing cabinet, but I feel like the computer is what I really need.
Plus, it's Kirby in the grid space. Like, we don't need more.
17. You grab a handful of files that you will look at later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so you get some stuff. You're not sure if you've got what you need, but apparently the other rangers are kind of trigger happy about raising the place to the ground, so not much time. You do, however, give Jeff Tove the finger on the way out. I would recommend.
Yeah. I definitely am going to do that.
Is Maureen still in the building?
Oh shit, we forgot.
Yes, I will say Maureen is still in the building. And he waltzes by as you are rifling through the manager's office in ranger form and goes, "What are you doing? What are you doing to the boss's office? Why would you stab us, Ellie? He just wanted to be your friend.
Well, she's
Oh,
going down the
jeez.
building.
Yeah, okay. I thought she was a real person.
I just am rearranging the office, and I'm gonna quickly run out of there.
I will give you a story point if you attempt to hit her with the very large dinosaur-like tower.
All right, I'll try to do that. What do I need to roll?
I think this is probably a might roll, but I'm because I'm doing it, I'm gonna have you do this might roll with an edge for reasons. Actually, let's have you do finesse. I want you to have the best chance at this, even though it's heavy. So give me a finesse, and then when you get to did the thing.
Oops.
Anyways. No, that's fine. So just roll it again, and we'll take the higher of the two.
Yay.
14.
Terminator. I don't know if this happened in Terminator. As I Terminator style, as you deck Maureen, who is growing a creepy smile and big sharp teeth, you deck her with this computer CPU, and she goes over the railing of the catwalk down to the floor and makes a squicky sound
Ew.
as black ooze pours forth from her. She retains her human looks, but who knows how long she's been here and how much of the bread she's eaten. Really noted. Maybe don't eat Tove loaves for a little while. In any case, Jules, you see a giant CPU tower as Ellie is absconding with a giant CPU tower. I guess
I'm
they
very
call them
excited
towers.
about the
Yes.
computer.
All right, so we're getting to the end of the episode. Since it's your idea to raise this nationally historically registered factory to its bare bolts that will definitely be seen and or noticed, Leia, would you like to do the honors and roll for pyrotechnics? Oh wait, I have to do that for you. But yes,
I mean, yeah, that's fine.
that's fine. I mean, you can always say no. This is your
No.
last chance to turn back.
No. I want you to. I want to blow up the building. Like,
Okay.
there's no. That's what I want to do. Yeah.
All right.
I just sort of visualize her like as she lights the fuse or whatever she does to like detonate the bomb. She sort of like runs out the door. Obviously, gets everybody out first. Runs out the door and kind of like takes 3 steps backwards with like a salute to the historic building, and then just as it blows up,
24.
Critical success.
As the building explodes, as the
nothing.
factory explodes, Ellie, as you're trying to arrange things and figuring out how the morphing, demorphing things work, you flip through a file. You've grabbed the file of Sabrina Tove, Jeff's daughter, and a file for some kind of medical thing, and that has the name Jeff Tove and Maurice Tove. Link, you know who Maurice Tove is. He's the trusted news anchor of Centurion Ridge Evening News. And that's where we're going to end tonight's episode. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. I hope everyone had a blast at the factory, as it were. I know I'm terrible. So we have a few things coming up this summer. So June is going to look a little bit different, and the end of May may look a little bit different. We're always going to have some fantastic content here in Centurion Ridge. Thank you to my amazing cast for being a part of this experience and telling the story together. And I'm so excited for you to figure all this out as you deal with Ivan Ooze, the anti-ooze black goo, and all manner of things, including Maurice Tove. See you next time, everybody.